I'm Angie. I'm 47. I have two daughters. I am a 5-year widow and was married for 17 years. Um, Professionally, I've been all over the map from working at a theme park whenever I was younger to television reporter, anchor, and stay-at-home mom. Um, and then went into marketing and currently working at a college bookstore. So,
Yes, but that is about to shift, my friend.
yes, it is.
We're going to talk about that in a minute.
You know, I've always been one who felt like there's more to life. There's more out there. I'm not there yet. I want that next thing. And so that's kind of where I am there. And I think that I've always been one who has a thirst for knowledge, and I've always wanted to know more and learn more. I knew that I couldn't do what I needed to do unless I sought out experts on different things. And so seeking out experts is not something new for me. It's something that I gravitate towards. I think kind of the backstory is that I've been seeing a therapist for a number of years from my husband's death, and was just at a place where I felt like I had, you know, whenever you reach the end of third grade and you know you're ready for fourth grade, but you have to get rid of your third grade teacher to go on to fourth grade. That's kind of where I was. And she also said, you know, hey, I've taught you everything that I know. I think you need another therapist to take you the rest of the way. And I told her about your course, and I always joked with her about, I need a syllabus. When are you going to give me the syllabus for how do I do this work? When is the work over? You know, and that's just not how it works in therapy. So the happiness coach class, that was what I needed. Like, here's the syllabus. We're going to do this, this, and this. And I was really happy for that. So I had a lot of stress. I had a lot of anxiety and just unknowns about my future. Also, I just knew that there was I knew that there was more. I knew that I was out of the depths of despair. I wasn't grieving daily. But there was a grayness that I was ready to tackle and to get out of my life, and ready to come more into the light, kind of like, you know, being rebirthed. Um, and I think that I'm still in that process. I think that it's a gradual unfolding, but it's also something that I'm seeking out. And so, was I walking around the earth with a sad, grumpy face every day? No, but there was just an inner pull to do more, and that I was capable of more happiness than where I was. Yeah. So you know, I think that I kind of grilled you a little bit. What are your degrees in? What experience do you have with this? How long have you been doing it? Which is what I would do with any of my doctors or anyone that I hire or anyone that I seek out. Like, hey, tell me about your expertise, and you share with me your life experience, and then also kind of where you've been called to move towards. And I just thought, you know, okay, gosh, this is a chunk of money. But then I came to the realization, okay, well, let's see. One girl's doing travel across, another girl is getting ready to go on some trip, and you know what my kids are doing. And then I kind of put pen to paper as to, okay, here's how much I'm spending on my therapist. So if I take that out for a little while and I invest in this, why not? And so then I started with you, and I was like, okay, this is kind of nice. And I was doing the homework, kind of doing the homework, but being truthful of what I was doing and what I wasn't really capable to do yet. Gosh, I learned to give myself grace. Um, I learned a bit of self-love by giving myself a little kiss every day, like Kim Strobel told me.
Right, that's right.
And I think the other piece that that I went back to that I have missed about myself, because whenever you go through loss, you lose a bit of innocence about yourself and about the world that you don't really get back, um, because you know terrible things can happen. But the piece that I got back from going through and doing the gratitude work, the gratitude journal, and it really made me slow down in my day and be more aware in the moment, to take things in. I was walking out of work the other day, and it was after our first snow here. And these bushes just, they were like a picture. They were just covered beautifully and they had leaves. And I just stood there and I just looked at it and I was like, oh, wow, this is just so beautiful. It's almost like someone did this on purpose. And I'm like, thank you, God. Um, and it was just that gratitude work that allowed me to slow down and just kind of say, oh, wow, okay, I'm really grateful for that. And to take and absorb those things that otherwise I think I didn't see before. I just walked past. So, and I feel like I've also been someone who follows my heart more than logic a lot. So whenever you started talking about the law of attraction and those types of things, those resonated with me. And um, and as far as like, you know, kind of bringing in towards yourself kind of what you are open for or looking for. So I, after the our little class was over, I had been thinking about it for quite a while. And so I put in my, I gave them, I'm very nice and generous, I gave them 4 weeks notice. So I'm going to be leaving my current job, and I don't have a job to go towards, but I have an idea of what I want to work on. And,
What is
and
that idea? Tell us.
well, but most importantly, I'm open. I'm open to where it's going to take me. And, you know, one thing I've learned in life is that there's not a straight path, and it's windy. And I'm okay with that, because it's more scenic.
Yeah, for sure. You also want to bird this book, right? You have this book in you. I want to hear about that.
Yeah, so I'm going to leave my job. I'm going to take a couple of writing or English courses just to get some confidence back in myself, and just to brush up on things. And yeah, so I don't know where I'm going to start. I don't know, you know, but I'm just going to start writing and see what happens. Well, I will tell you what, the game changer of all game changers was our last working session. That was absolutely huge for me, to sit down and to write on the topics that you gave us, and um just to free think, but then also reflect and project as to, oh, okay, this is what it could look like. um, those were huge game changers. Yeah.
What shifted in you after that, Angie?
um, you know, I have not given myself thanks for all of the hard crap that I've done in my life, all of the hard work of healing, um, and that was really big. And there are still ripple effects from that writing exercise that we did, that I'm still working through in
Hmm.
a good way. And then coming together and being able to talk through everything, and I felt like I could be real. Like, you know, I felt like I could go into the group and say, you know what, this is just BS, and I'm really having trouble with this. And no, I didn't do exercise 5 times this week because I just can't. You know, one thing that you also do is kind of throw out tools. You're very willing to help someone find the right tools. And so everybody learns the same thing in the end, but everybody has a different learning style. And so you were always willing to, okay, so you're having a hard time with working out. I'm going to go talk to this other expert that I know, and she'll be able to help you with this. And you would come back with more information. So that was something that I really appreciated. So I do still do my gratitude journal every day. I do my affirmations. I write those out every day. And I feel like that's going to morph into one great big journal where I just sit and write, because my little gratitude journal gives me about a paragraph space, and I need, like several pages. So those are some action things that I've taken. And then the other thing that I've also kind of spurred out of that is, I didn't realize that I had some issues around money, but whenever we did that portion, it really unlocked some things. So then I set off, and I am now enrolled in the Financial Peace University class, which is really helping me a lot. I'm feeling so much more confident because, whenever you do finances as a couple, you have somebody to bounce things off of. And then whenever you're doing it by yourself, you kind of question things. And so by that portion in your class then spurred me to seek that other out. So that's another action thing. And then, of course, now leaving my job to start my next thing. And one of the things that I'm going to be adding in, you'll be excited about this, is exercise into my routine.
We finally love ourselves enough to know we can exercise.
Yes, I'm going to show up for myself in that way.
Yeah, you are.
So I'm going to be enrolling in another class, and that's where you have to find people to help you.
Yeah.
And so you seek out those experts. And so that's another action step that I'm taking, is just kind of finding those experts to help me attain my goals.
Yeah.
I didn't have enough self-worth. I didn't know that it was going to be the biggest payout for what I was putting into it. And also probably because I wasn't sure about the time commitment. Gosh, anybody who has a growth mindset, anyone who is striving to better their life, anyone who is willing to put in the work and effort. I don't think that it's just for teachers. I don't think it's just for professionals. I don't think that it's just for married or divorced or widowed. I think it's for really anyone. I also think that it's something that will help me for years to come, that it's not just a one-time thing.